outspoken, and they still love Chick-fil-A, and above all, they love our right to free speech. Now, it seems threats of boycotts and bans by liberals and left-wing mayors like Rahm, Rambo, Dead Fish Emanuel completely backfired. Now, the embattled fast food giant broke record sales as supporters all across the country flocked to their nearest location for patron-led Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day. And it seems like the mayor may now be in legal trouble for making this comment.
Chick-fil-A's values are not Chicago values. They're not respectful of our residents, our neighbors, and our family members. And if you're going to be part of the Chicago community, you should reflect the Chicago values.
Now, last week, the Chicago Republican Party announced that it would file a complaint claiming that the mayor broke civil rights laws pertaining to religious freedom and the First Amendment. Join me now with analysis of the left's futile attempt to limit our free speech. Calls to the 5, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and Talk Radio 790 KABC radio talk show host, civil rights attorney Leo Terrell. Leo, you believe in freedom of speech and freedom of religion, I assume, correct?
Absolutely, and there was a perfect example of freedom of speech. The owner of Chick-fil-A expressed his freedom to express his hatred towards gays. What I find a little amazing and sickening is
stop right there. Wait a minute, hang on. Tell me what he said. Tell me what he said that was hateful to you.
Let me tell you right now. Let me be clear. The Bible has been used by Klan members to hate blacks, Jews, and Catholics.
I ask you about the Bible? I asked you what he said that's hateful. You heard my question, right?
I answered it. The question is that this man used the Bible to express his
What
hatred
did he
towards
say
gays.
that is hateful?
He basically stated...
Basically, I'm not asking basically, I'm asking what he specifically said.
His opposition to gay marriage. His opposition for two people of the same sex to be in love with each other and have a ring on their finger. That's what he did that was wrong.
So the same position that Barack Obama had a few weeks ago.
I don't care about Barack Obama. That's a false argument. This man is using the Bible to justify hatred towards gays.
They went after somebody who shuts his store down every Sunday, Kimberly.
Right.
Because of his religious values.
It's such a double standard, because if your politics are ones that they're, impressed with, that they support, then okay, say whatever you want. If not, then they want to censor you. They're against freedom of speech. They were against this man expressing his religious freedom and what the values that he believes in.
Shame on you, Kimberly. Shame on you.
Oh, I don't
because
think
you know what?
so,
The Bible has been used. The Bible has been used to put women in a second-class position. You should live in San Francisco. You should know better than to take a position like that.
I respect people's rights to express their freedom of speech and their religious values, because those are the principles that this country was founded upon.
All right, listen, we're going to go...
Shame on you.
Leo.
You hear this?
That's amazing.
Calm down, Leo.
The Bible is... Oh, please. Here we go again.
Here we go again. I'm asking a simple question. Tell me specifically, because do you believe that it's acceptable in this country to have a traditional view of marriage and just disagree with you? Tell me what's wrong with that.
I'm going to answer that. That's a cold term for hating gays. I don't like it. I don't like anybody who opposes
everybody that believes that marriage should be defined as a man between a man and a woman is hateful, according to you.
I'm telling you. When they use the Bible to express
their religious views. I'm asking you.
No, no,
are you having trouble hearing it? I said, does everybody who believes that believes marriage should be defined as between a man and a woman? I'm asking you, do you define them as hateful? It's not a hard question.
Why don't you answer my question? Yeah, the Klan used the Bible to hate blacks.
I didn't ask you about the Klan.
You don't want to touch that question. You don't want to touch that question.
All right, let me talk about the legal side of this. Let me go to Kimberly, and you can relax, Leo. Here's the question I have. If you look at the mayor of Boston saying that they don't want Chick-fil-A, by the way, we need jobs in this country. Chick-fil-A wants to expand to Boston, wants to go to Chicago, wants to go to Washington.
Well, there's a lot of hardworking Americans.
Okay, so there's contractors to be hired, there's people to work in the restaurants, all this. So they're willing to forego those jobs because they disagree with somebody who is espousing a traditional religion.
Ultimate hypocrisy.
Hang on, Leo.
Well, apparently, Leo, you are the sole arbiter, and you get to decide when someone can exercise freedom of speech, and what you're doing is engaging in censorship.
Bible's been used.
That's what you're doing.
Let me ask the legal question, Leo.
A second-class position.
Legally speaking,
Bible's been used.
Legally speaking, Kimberly, when a city does this, are they discriminating because of the freedom of speech and religion of the individual?
No.
Oh.
No.
Kimberly, you don't look like...
You'll have your turn, Leo. Here's the thing. I think they have definitely a case to bring against him to file this complaint, and he should know better. And why is he sitting there forcing his viewpoints and his decision of who can have freedom of religion, who can have freedom of speech and freedom of expression? It's totally inappropriate for him to do that because it's all about politics. And he should be more concerned about the rise of violence and crime and all the African Americans that have been killed in Chicago because he can't manage it in a law and order style.
There's been no facts. There's been no fact that Chick-fil-A has been denied any type of franchise or licensing based on those comments.
Leo, let me ask you this question. Let me give you an
Bible's
example.
been used to put women down. You used to live in San Francisco. Why don't you be upfront and
We're not
honest?
talking about...
I am upfront and honest, and that's why I have a mature, appropriate position that believes in freedom of speech and expression and not censorship, which you are espousing and hate speech.
You're going to allow the Bible to be used to discriminate
Leo, let me give you an example.
The Bible's word stands on its own.
Let me ask you this, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Leo, you were one of the few Americans that were outspoken in defense of your friend, O.J. Simpson. Okay, so
Here we go again. Okay, here we go. Again.
You were one of the few Americans. What if somebody said to you, "Oh, we don't want Leo Terrell to start his law business in our city because he doesn't share our values. We don't want Leo Terrell, attorney at law, to open an office in New York or Boston or Chicago."
Because he's black
Hang on, my
or something like that.
question is, would that be discriminatory?
Oh, hey, listen, if that
Because
is
you
the
supported
basis
OJ.
to say they don't like Leo Terrell, I don't have a problem with that. But they use a protected class status, like race, like color,
No,
like
because
religion,
you
like
supported
sexual
O.J.
orientation.
Simpson
I
because
don't
of
know.
a viewpoint that you had that was not
No,
in the
it's not a
mainstream and that you
viewpoint.
disagreed with.
Don't
And you like
characterize
OJ.
hatred towards gays as just a viewpoint. This is an attack on gays,
I'm
and
asking,
people
though,
are using the
if
Bible.
they told you
And
you
Kimberly
couldn't
should be
open your
ashamed of herself.
business, is that discriminatory because you're friends with
It
OJ?
depends on the motivation, Mr. Hannity and Mr. Guilford. And you know what? The Bible's been used to discriminate against women. And I don't get it. I don't get you guys.
What is
This
it
is
not to
hatred.
get?
And
What
by the
are
way,
you talking about?
Kimberly
You
gets
of all
the last
people
one.
should...
And you know what?
You of all people should
I'll be in
abhor
that protest
discrimination
tomorrow.
and censorship. I mean, come on, Leo, what's wrong with you?
Censorship, please. Because I don't like any type of discrimination based on race or religion or sexual orientation. And I hate people using the Bible to justify hatred.
All right, we're
Period.
going to run.
Period.
Thank you, Kimberly. And Leo Terrell.
He's still going?
Tell
He's
him.
still mad.
I'm done. We're cut. We're done. We're done.
We're done.
Oh, thanks for deciding that.
Yes, we're done. All right.
That's a wrap, Hicks.
That's a wrap? All right.
Done, down.
All right, and coming up, the media has been out in full force this week trying to persuade voters with their liberal...
I'm really glad I caught
especially when
this
it comes to how they have
version of Hannity.
overseas trip. We'll check in with Brent Bozell.
That guy was insane. He was more hateful than anyone I've ever heard.
And coming up next...